we going to do this? I got it. The digital dollar. Why didn't I think of this before? No duh, Slobo. It's called crypto.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Tonight's topic, the digital dollar. Yeah, aka crypto. So let's get right into it. So why the digital dollar? Well, if you go to Google and you put why digital dollar, okay? The digital dollar will consist of a digital ledger, blah blah blah. Basically, it is a bank account with the Fed. So let's start right off at the beginning. It is establishing a bank account directly with the Fed, bypassing the banks. So why in the world would they do this? The concept is that if the Fed created this digital dollar, they would be able to get the stimulus money to everyone super quickly, instantly. They're claiming there would be no clearing period. It would be deposited. It would probably be a phone app or something. But, you know, there is a lot of problems with this, as well as other things to think about. Number one, 7% of America is unbanked. What does that mean? That means if the Fed sends checks to a bunch of these people, let's say it's 300 million people, they're saying that 21 million people will have a check and there'll be no way of cashing that check. Well, they could take it to check into cash and get charged the 3.5%, 5% fee or whatever, or go to Kroger's. The reality is there's a percentage of people that don't even have a bank account. So they probably have an iPhone though, right? This thing would be an app, a website, something. It'd be a digital ledger, and the money would come directly from the Fed. It's called cryptocurrency. Yeah. So now that doesn't say that it's going to be. This would be a centralized digital dollar. This is not a decentralized digital dollar. And you're like, well, why on earth would the Fed do this? Well, first of all, the Fed could make billions of dollars on this, because what are they going to do? They're going to extrapolate basically bonds, and they're going to sell these bonds that are backing the digital dollar, and then it will basically fund a lot or itself. So some of that concept of the digital dollar is that the Fed could basically, create a whole new set of financial products that they could make money off of. Because part of the problem with everyone, as I talked in my videos earlier, if you're in a 401k, everyone moved their money to their money markets. Well, the problem is a lot of these money markets are backed by investments, and if these investments get leveraged out or the investments lose value, this could cause problems with the money market liquidity. So basically, this is going a direct link right to the money printing machine. Now, if you Google around, there's several articles. Some are going to say it's good for Bitcoin, others are going to say it's bad for Bitcoin. But one thing's for sure, and that is that a digital asset would kind of gear people up to start using crypto more. So this could be good for the adoption of Bitcoin, because it could basically bring the education level of a lot of people that don't use digital assets up to the 21st century. What are my thoughts on the digital dollar? Well, the Fed does lack a way of centrally dispersing money to everyone. The welfare system could be replaced with the digital dollar. There's several things that could be replaced with a digital dollar. Now, with that being said, you are going to give up a high level of privacy, because you're probably going to have to KYC some way in order to prove who you are to get the money. And the government, I think in some ways, is a little naive. Look at how many problems a lot of cryptos had when they first started. You have to think, we're operating on these cryptos that are multi-generational. A lot of the bugs have been worked out, you know. So them throwing this up, there's going to be scams, there's going to be problems, there's going to be people that lose their password. I mean, the accounts could get hacked. You know, basically the education level and the problems with this are just are kind of similar to crypto, in the sense that not everyone is ready to be a custodian of their own assets. But do I think it would be an effective way to distribute money to the public under like a universal income type thing? I do, but keep in mind they're printing this, and there's nothing backing this. So I mean, it further leverages their infinite liquidity. I mean, I think in some ways their goal has always been to get rid of paper money, you know, because to basically make all the numbers reconcile, they probably won't be able to do that. But you know, with that being said, let's check Google Trends and see what Google Trends is saying. Google Trends. See if the digital dollar is popping in Google Trends. Now, I guess the initial package at the White House had the digital dollar in it, and then the verbiage was stripped out of the revised one. That doesn't mean it's dead, because the package hasn't passed. You know, and onto that note of the package, it keeps getting bigger. First it was $1 trillion, then it was 1.5 trillion, now it's 2 trillion. I mean, they are printing money like mad. So, you know, I know the stock market rallied today, but you really still have not seen the socioeconomic effects of this situation that we're all in with the unemployment. They are hiding the unemployment numbers from people. They've told the states not to release that, because probably it would hurt the markets. You know, and like I said, we haven't felt the full effects of defaults and people like this. And as they screw around and don't get this money to these people, you know, it only makes the situation worse. But in summary, do I think it's good for crypto? Yeah, I think it could be good for crypto, because it will force people to learn how to be custodians of their own assets. But the negatives are they're tracking every dollar you spend, because it's KYC and it's attached to you. There's a lot of negative privacy associated with it, and it is centralized, and it is infinite printing, and you know, it is what it is. But I do think it can be good for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole as we move along this process of digital money as we know it. Hope you liked tonight's video. Smash that subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all the latest greatest from Cryptoslo. Be sure to check out my official gear. It helps me keep the lights on during these troubling times. And as always, this is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.